He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show. We go to Newark, Delaware, where a school employee unintentionally shot himself in the leg with his gun while inside the school.
Oopsies.
Delaware State Police said on Thursday, April 10th, around 7 a.m., officers responded to a report of a shooting at Aspira Charter High School. Upon arriving, police said officers discovered a 41-year-old man who is a school bus driver and member of the Culture and Climate team had sustained a gunshot wound to the leg after his gun, which was concealed in his clothing, accidentally discharged while inside the school. Police said preliminary investigation indicates the gun, which was concealed in his waistband, discharged unintentionally due to how it was handled. In other words, he didn't have a holster, is what I'm guessing this was.
Yeah, or he was adjusting a really bad holster.
Yeah, it took place in a school hallway while children and other staff members were present. No one else was injured. The school's constable rendered aid to that employee, who was ultimately transported by EMS to an area hospital. A constable?
It's one of those things about the modern police force that I fucking despise is how many different titles they have.
Yeah.
Like,
Sheriff, constable,
sheriff,
police.
SRO, state trooper, state patrol.
Trooper.
County sheriff, state, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you're all cops. FBI, ATF, DEA. They're different. They're a different level.
I guess I kind of like the distinction between police and sheriff/deputy, because like they're the county law enforcement, which is the whole county, and the individual police departments are the city in which they are.
I literally live on the county line, and so
no one comes to help you when you call 911. You're just fucked.
I've called 911 before and got done describing. It was a drunk driver. I got done describing it, and they're like, "Are you Douglas or Sarpy?" And I was like, Sarpy. And they're like, "Well, you're talking to the Douglas one. We'll transfer you." And I'm like, "Okay. I'm glad I just had a 5-minute conversation with you." And it's like, it's really annoying, especially because where I live, I'm in La Vista, which has its own police force. I'm also in Sarpy County, which means they have their own county police force. Then the state patrol's around. And then there's Ralston and Papillion and then the Omaha Police Department and then Douglas County. So I have so many fucking police departments around me. And I'm like, you're all the same fucking cops enforcing the same fucking laws.
There's a small town right outside of Sioux Falls that is like, I'm not going to try to say Sioux Falls has suburbs, but we're on the verge of having actual suburbs because there are 3 towns that are basically almost connected now. And one of them kind of is. There's Brandon, there's Harrisburg, and then there's T. And T is spelled like the beverage tea, T-E-A.
Nice.
But because of their proximity to the biggest city in the state, and it's growing fast, like those bedroom communities that are right outside of town have also grown really fast. And of those 3 small towns, like when I was in high school, Harrisburg was a small town that we played against. Now, like their football team is in the biggest division in the state. And like I grew up in a small town. So so they don't play anymore. But Harrisburg has just decided, like as a city, like, nah, we're not gonna do our own police force. We'll just have the Lincoln County sheriffs will be our cops. And like they have some sort of deal, like
and
to police the city as just the county, whatever. And
it makes more sense.
It's more streamlined,
because like the Ralston PD and like all of those ones, they're like 20-man like police departments.
Yeah.
So they've got like 4 dudes on the road, a dude at the station, and like a supervisor.
Right.
And they just have 3 of those, and you're like, guys, we could have definitely
because like
this
how many? What's the population of Ralston, Nebraska?
Oh fuck! It's measured in sub
6,400. It's a small town attached to a big town.
Right, and like Ralston is like a 1 mile by 1 mile, or I think it's what is it? It might be 2 miles, like 2 miles long and 1 mile wide, and that's it.
Well, La Vista's not even that big. It's 16,000.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot bigger than Ralston, but
Right. But again, it's 100% contained within the city limits of Omaha. Like there's no like driving from Papillion through La Vista through Ralston to Omaha, you're on the same road. You never notice a difference. There's not cornfields. There's not a distinct separation.
Yeah, it's all one big city, kind of like any other major metropolitan area.
Right. But like NYPD covers every borough.
Yeah.
Whereas OPD stops at Q Street or L Street and then doesn't pick and then it's all the small departments from there.
Well, no one cares about this bullshit. Everybody wants to hear about the dark match.
Oh yeah, the dark
match happened. Dark match, I don't know, 7, I think.
It's got.
Have we had that many?
Yeah, because I was talking to my dad about it. He's like, "Oh, this is like the first time you shot it." I'm like, "No, I think I've shot like 3 or 4 times."
And we did it 2 or 3 before you ever shot it. Let me go to my club and see how many of these we've done. Because we've done a few. By the way, while I'm waiting for this to load, I'll mention that our buddy Bruce notified me that Practice Score has now... I don't think it has the name of the Andy fix, but you can now retrieve matches you've deleted.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, because I deleted the registration for... Yes, it was Dark Match 7 that we had.
Let's go.
Because I did Control F, and the very first, I don't know why I decided to call it the dark match, but I just thought it would be different than like, night match. Because that doesn't really say it's dark and we're shooting with lights. It just says it's at night. Like, oh, maybe they have lights there, like, which we do now at my club. We could shoot a match at night with the lights. But anyway, so... who won the dark match, Jeff?
I don't want to say. I don't want to. It was Steven.
It was
Steven. Steven.
Who got second at the dark match, Jeff?
I don't know. I stopped reading. I became dyslexic and I stopped being able to read.
All I know is it wasn't Fej.
It was not Fej.
It was not Fej.
It was
yeah.
It was Drew. Fucking Drew. He killed it.
I made the mistake of telling everyone on my squad last night, like, I don't remember. Oh, because I accidentally called Steven Steve. Like, my mouth just got lazy. I didn't actually mean to call him Steve. It just like I stopped at Steve, and later on I said, "Well, I accidentally called you Steve." Like any version of Andrew, I don't care what it is. Andy, Andrew, but Drew like makes me a little homicidally manic, and.
Which, as male friends, means
yes, then
that's all we call him for the rest of the night.
Anyway, the guy who got second place at the dark match was me, and not Jeff, and that's all that matters.
He cheated or something. I don't know.
Cheated?
Director,
you mean didn't shoot a penalty all night? Is that what you mean by cheated?
Match director preference.
It was a little sketchy when they were going to do an overlay of the target, and Heidi needed to use her overlay, and she hands me the tablet. I'm like, this isn't sketchy at all. I'm the chair of the discipline committee and an area director. There's nothing going on here.
Nope, not once ever.
I was very sure to clearly and loudly make the joke out loud that, why are you giving me the tablet while I'm the shooter of record and you're doing an overlay? But I don't know. I don't know if I was on one or if my level 3 holster just fucked me in the ass, but I don't know. I couldn't find that gear that, and so what other F1 excuses can I come up with? I don't know.
I was in a fight on Friday. I had a massage before I went. Let's see what other F1 excuses are there. The moon was in retrograde.
The moon was awesome.
The moon was kind of cool.
Oh God, it was on my Instagram. There is a photo of I went to go take a piss and get some water out of the clubhouse, and on my way back to our bay, the moon was directly over the 3 bays in the corner, and so I just stopped and took a picture of it. It blew it up brighter than it actually was. Yeah, but the photo turned out so good.
If Heidi turned her crotch light off, you could like the darkness of the night would actually set in.
I know Heidi, but I didn't know her well enough to just go, why do you have a lamp over your crotch?
Right.
So I waited for you or Steven, who know her much better, to do that. And then eventually one of you did. And then it was Heidi's crotch light for pretty much the rest of the night.
Yep.
But it was sort of like, from her perspective, practically, it was really useful because it was illuminating all of the ground around her forward, but it was attached to her belt in the front. So it was also lighting up her crotch like she wanted everybody to see it. It was really funny.
Look at my crotch. Look at my crotch.
Yeah. I mean, there's some weird shit that happens at the dark match because everybody's required to wear a glow stick, or as the Timmies would call it, a chem light from the back of their belt.
Right. And one of the dudes, your buddy that flies the planes and the Wizzo guy, he just had a green light on the back of his helmet.
Oh no, that's Steven's buddy.
Yeah.
Slim.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, Slim. He just had a green light on the back of his helmet.
Yeah, he had this bright green light on the back of his helmet.
I was like, that's brilliant.
He was shooting night vision. That's why he had a helmet on.
Right, but I was also like, this light is directly in my eyes because I'm taller than you.
It was bright too. Like, it was really bright. Like, I'd never seen anybody with one of those before. I'd seen some lights that were just, it was basically like a square glow stick they attached to the back of the helmet.
Are we going to talk about the most important light of the night, though?
Please do, because I don't know what you're talking about.
One of the guys had glowing shoes.
Oh, yes, Joe. Good hell, yes. It was part of my Instagram post. Like, I posted a stage of mine and my video of Joe's shoes.
Yeah.
He got these shoes off of Amazon that are LED all around the soles, and they're green, and they're awesome. It was, oh God, it was so fun. It was the most fun. And I felt so bad for him because he had like the worst thing that could happen to you at a night match. His battery cover for his Hollow Sun 507 comp fell out with the battery. And on the last stage, he had no dot.
Yep.
And the reason it was bad, like, he had a borrowed gun. Like, immediately, there was a borrowed gun. No problem. However, he was shooting L10 Major with a Glock 23. And so I did change him. So I had to change him to minor.
Yep.
Because he's shot one stage in 9mm. And Steven pointed out, you should still get credit for shooting major on the stages that were major. And I don't necessarily disagree with that.
Right.
Especially when it's like a broken gun situation. It's like, at this point, he shot minor. Prior was all major.
Right. No,
but you wouldn't want someone to go back and forth. Like, the only reason he was switching is because his gun broke, you know?
Right.
Like, in that case, I kind of agree. Like, that should be okay.
Right. In the one case that your gun is broken and you're switching to a gun that is you went from 40 to 9mm, fine, blah, blah, blah. But you're like, oh, I need to switch a gun. Okay, fuck it. You're shooting minor. Like,
and there's a wide array of people who shoot this match, you know, and their equipment. You know, you think it's everybody's got a weapon mounted light. No, they don't. Every stage brief specifies you're allowed one light. And the night vision guys are sort of included, like, your night vision is your light. And there were 7 of those, I believe.
Jesus.
I think.
Tactards.
My buddy Nick, who was shooting night vision on a different squad, we were talking about it during the match. I stopped and talked to him, and I don't remember when it came up, but I was like, you know what? We should really just, like, there should be a separate squad I create for the match that is night vision guys.
At this point, you have enough that...
Yeah, I mean, we had 50 people sign up for the match. Like, it's the biggest one we've ever had.
Right, which, I mean, you were bigger than our 3-gun match, which at CNGC.
Yeah. But, like, just... So they're there, and then if there's enough where they're their own squad, cool, they're their own squad. Otherwise, then I've got, like, this group of 6, 7 guys, then I just... Whenever there's... Because we had 3 squads open initially... They filled up, and I opened up the 4th one, and there was, like, 1 dude. And I'm like, okay, we're going to have to shuffle people around. Well, if I had that squad of those 6, 7 dudes, then they're going to fill out most of that lineup. And yeah. So anyway, but okay, so there's the night vision guys, and then there's people who are like you and me, weapon mounted light, holster that can accommodate it, conventional.
Yep.
Sort of what the match is intended for.
Right.
But we try to make it so that if you don't have that equipment, you can still do it. There's a lot of guys that just shoot with a headlamp on.
Right.
That's like the next set. And Joe with the very cool shoes. His shoes were so bright, by the way, we were questioning, is that a second light? Is that providing enough illumination that counts as a second light? Because you're only allowed one light.
Right.
But
luckily it was low enough to the ground that it wasn't projecting.
It wasn't really. No. And two stages had lights on them, two backlight targets. We had swingers, backlit swingers, which actually I felt like it made it easier.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it was really easy. Like I could have shot that stage other than the one popper on the right. I could have shot it without my light.
The moon was so damn bright.
Yeah.
That was the weird. This is the first night match that the moon was basically full. I don't know if it was actually full, but it was the equivalent of there was some light hazy clouds in the sky, but the light was still so bright. And that probably helped add to the light, was just the glowing of the haze.
Yeah. Yep.
It was the most lit up dark match we've ever had without lights, So,
yep.
No, it was a couple of the stages were super duper fun. Like in the daylight, they would also been super fun. What was your favorite stage of the match? Was it mine or Aaron's? Because he did 3, I did 2, or designed them anyway.
Let's see. I'm trying to think what my favorite stage would be. Because, again, I'm pouting because of certain things. I don't know. I really enjoyed 3.
That was mine. That was the one where you could basically shoot the whole time you were on the stage.
Right. Gun was up.
There was a target available all the time.
Yep. That one was fun. 4 was fine. I mean it was a little choppy, but half of me looks at it like, did I enjoy shooting it? The other half is, did I enjoy ROing it? And that little run from the back position to the front position where people were running at a 45-degree angle, and I was like, every right-handed shooter is going to fucking DQ right here. God damn it. Made me kind of question it. I like 5.
Wait. Okay, 4. When you say 4, I'm thinking of what you think is 1. So 4 was the one with the 2 islands.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So for people who didn't shoot the match and haven't seen the video, so basically what happened is they had a little shooting area in the back where you had 2 targets on the left, 2 target on the right, and then you had 2 targets forward, and then you ran to your left at a 45-degree angle, and you had to reload.
Pretty much had to, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a 26-round stage or 25-round stage or something, so you had to reload. So, the RO inside of me, who imagines that every shooter there has never shot a match before, is like, oh my God, everyone's going to fucking DQ right here. Literally no one did, but, that's what goes through my brain.
I didn't even think of that, honestly. Had I thought about the layout of the stage, I probably would have just flipped it.
Yeah.
Because the lefties are used to that shit.
Yep.
And I would have made it so that the lefties had to worry about that, but nobody DQ'd. And the thing is, how can you stand out in the dark? It's really easy to call a 180 when there's a flashlight on their gun.
Yeah, it literally tells you where the gun is pointed.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about those stages and your bays is that you do, because bay, what I consider bay 5, I think for you is bay 8 or 9. Bay 8, even if someone came in at 181 or 182, it was all berm.
Yeah.
for everything they saw. And you're like, fuck it.
It's basically a 360 bay with an opening in the back left corner.
Yep. And so there's a part of me that saw people kind of come into that.
That movement. Right. Honestly, when you shot it, I think I RO'd you.
Yeah.
And you're I didn't know. I couldn't definitively say, but your draw was fucking close on the line. Almost every right-handed shooter was very close on the line.
Yeah.
And if they went left first.
And so, like, stage-wise, you do...
Or, pardon me, right.
So for people who've never shot a dark match, one thing... Okay, so, like, to give a little context, all of your tactical Timmies are going to show up. Because they're like, it's time for me to try my night shooting. Let's go. And so you have to... And even your experienced shooters, you have to design the stage in kind of a simple forward idea. Like,
because the dark is part of the problem solving.
Correct. And so like
simpler stages are more complicated because it's dark.
Right. This is kind of a rule of Pro-Am as well. It's like the timer in Pro-Am is like the dark of the dark match. It's like the timer is a weapon used against the shooter. The dark is a weapon used against the shooter.
Yep.
And so the stages tend to be simpler. Like in the daytime. Yeah, in the daytime, some of them would be kind of like, okay, these are fine stages.
Some would be boring as shit in the daytime.
Right, but at night you're like, okay, well, fuck this guy. But like but you have to do it because A, dark, and B, Timmy's. And like I don't mean that as like
there's actually a C as well. Sorry, let me interrupt you. Yeah. There's also a C, ROs, clearing the stage. Like part of it is just visibility to make sure the stage is clear before we give someone a make ready.
Right. And so like to shoot a dark match, there's a level of logistics you have to think about. And Andy's done now 7 of them. So he's got it down to like a science that makes it work remarkably well. Like literally the only critique I would have about like stage design or like placement is you should have had a squad start on bay 2 or bay 5. Yeah. Your little side bay with the double swinger.
Yeah.
Like, someone should have always been on that stage because that stage was always going to take the longest, even though bay 4 backed everybody up for some reason. I don't understand that because that was a very straightforward stage.
But it was a lot of targets in a small space. I don't know why that one was slow. That one didn't make sense at all. Like the double swinger stage, like we were slow. Our squad was slow on that stage until I finally was like, hey, we need to go faster. Fucking reset this faster. So like I wasn't running a timer or tablet. I was just going down, and if someone else didn't grab the activator was a popper falling on a stomp pad, I was resetting the stomp pad and immediately going to a swinger and resetting one of them. And then someone else was doing the other one. And if you've got that kind of reset where it does take time because you got to balance the freaking, the swinger on the post or whatever, it just takes a little longer. And that's a lesson for those match directors that are listening. Like whatever your hardest stages or whatever your longest reset stage is, whether it be because you have swingers, because you have a long walk for a target, that stage needs to be occupied at all times. So like my club's very bad about this. So our bay 5 is gigantic, and then our bay 6 you have this long walk. And so what will happen is we'll leave our bay 4, which is always a short stage, we'll leave that one empty. And that's the wrong strategy. Yeah.
Bay 4 should have someone on it so that they get done quickly and are sitting on bay 5 waiting for 5 to finish. So that when bay 5 finishes, they're going up to bay 6 and they're immediately starting that one while bay 6 comes down to bay 1 and knocks out a quick stage. Because then there's always someone on the hard stage. But
you saved the match, honestly, by like you were kind of up my ass like, hey, squad 5 needs to start on 8. Like bay 5 needs to start empty so we get there when we're done with 4 and we're immediately shooting. And if we hadn't done that, it would have got done way later. By the way, if your club is in a place where you can do this, the sunset time is really important to look at. If you're in a place where you can do it prior to daylight savings time changing in the spring, do it then because it's dark. It gets dark sooner. Our spring one is always the late one. Like we can't shoot until about 8:40.
Yes.
And
so
the
we got
fall
done
one, we got done. Actually, we finished like right about midnight or just after midnight.
Oh, yeah. Then the teardown took.
But the teardown took till after that. But the fall one starts at like 6:30 because it's like late October. So prior to daylight savings time. So yeah, Like that matters a lot. Like I'm never doing one of these in fucking June.
Right.
Like, no way. When it's not dark till 9:30.
Right. And it will fuck you up. Like as much as you're like, oh, like if you listen to the show, you know that the bar is not a place I'm uncomfortable at. Like I have seen 2 a.m. more times than I can count. But like 12 o'clock on a fucking dirt range, I was like struggling by the end of it.
I taught a class. I was literally out there all day today or that day. I got there at 8 a.m. for intro class and taught that. And then I ran into town, got some lunch, and then came back out and shot a little bit, made sure my gun was working, which that's another thing I'll talk about here in a minute. And then we started building stages at 5.
Yep. So like, if you're thinking about like, oh man, this dark match sounds so fucking cool. Okay, the logistics is harder than you think it will be. Like,
it's not that hard though.
It isn't.
Just
but like,
think about things.
It's different.
It's different.
And like, you've got to assume that people won't stay around. Like we've gotten it down to a science of like, hey, everyone, grab a wall. Like our squad got done, and like Andy was like taking the tablet back, and I was like, hey, all y'all standing around, go grab a wall right now. Like, because I knew if I let them walk away, that they were not going to carry a wall. You gotta stay on the motherfuckers. But yeah, so Andy's got it down to a science. It works out great. There's one rule that I have issue with Andy.
What?
You let people keep their goddamn lights on in their holster. I hate that rule. Fucking hate it.
Oh, they don't have to activate it? I could change that for the next one.
Yes, because
but the headlamps can be on to start. That's why I do that.
Right. I agree that headlamps must be on. I get that one because it would be really weird to fucking hit your headlamp and then draw your gun. But the amount of dudes that would like turn on their lights and stick them in the holster, and I'm like,
mine won't stay on, so it doesn't matter. Like I could turn it. Like I actually every time I put my gun back in the holster, the light's on. I don't shut it off, but when I put it in, it shuts it off.
Yeah, because you're running a Safari Land.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Safari Lands are built to turn your light off because they're built for cops.
Yeah. And
with that assumption. So, like, there was one guy running a Shadow 2, and it pissed me off so fucking much.
Shadow 2 with a light?
Yeah, because I'm like, because me and Steven literally both had the conversation of like, man, I'd run my Shadow 2, but like that reach for that light will kind of fucking add it like a second. Like, it's because you have to like break your grip to do it. And this dude was like, light on. In holster, and I'm like, get fucked. Like, absolutely get fucked.
I know. I like, even if I could leave my light on in the holster, I wouldn't.
Because it destroys.
I'm a purist about the spirit of the match.
The spirit of the game. Yeah. The spirit of the match is like, oh, like I know that USPA is not tactical training, but like the spirit of is like, oh hey, someone has broken into my house. Like, okay, I've drawn my gun, I've turned my light on. Okay, now I'm doing work, whatever. Like, that's the spirit of it. Like, yes. If I am standing in front of my door with my light already on, my headlamp on, and my nods on, like, okay, fuck it, whatever. But because there's the petty side of me is like, I'm going to run my Shadow 2 with a headlamp. Like, you know what? I'm not even going to run a headlamp. I'm going to run lights on either side of my shoulders like a fucking mech.
No, you only get one. You only get one.
Fine. I'll put it over my left shoulder. It'll be bright as fuck. Like, I'm talking like 10,000
That would be the play. Put a light on your shoulder, not your head.
Yep.
Because the head lights up your hands and guns so much that it doesn't really do much downrange.
Yep.
Which I thought, before we did the very first one, I thought that was going to be the play. Like, I actually considered just not using my weapon-mounted light and using a headlamp because I thought it was going to be an advantage. And then my buddy Nick was shooting an iron-sighted Glock 34 with a headlamp, and now he's like, I think he's the only one with. Oh no, Slim's got bino night vision, but Nick's now shooting night vision every time. But like, as soon as that gun comes up, the light blows up his hands.
Right.
And it's all light.
Right. And Robert pointed that out to me as well. And I was like, oh yeah. And so then my brain was like, I'm getting like a flag holder on the back of my belt, and I'm going to put like a Insta360 telescoping stand on it, and then I'm gonna put like an LED light so it's like a foot over my head, just like, and so I look like a fucking space marine, just like blasting light.
Backpack Milwaukee M18 telescoping work lights, not allowed. If you strap them to your back.
Boo. I said boo this man.
No. Work lights strapped to your body, not allowed.
See,
I'll have to modify the stage brief. No,
yes, I don't believe lights should be on in your holster before the draw.
I know, but I can't. I'm not going to make the headlamp people turn it on.
Right, and you just give them the exemption.
It sucks, but I'm not going to change. You still beat his ass anyway. So
I'm a bitter, petty motherfucker.
I know you are. Very, 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 very petty. Okay. Patreon.com/notanothershootingshow. It's only $3.57 a month. You'll get all of the Patreon episode that we do that will come out on Friday. NASS on Reddit. We are at 257 as of this recording. Members on our Reddit, which blows our minds a little bit that we actually have a Reddit community that has that many people. MW Activewear for your jerseys. MWAKTIV Wear on Instagram. Get a hold of Michelle. She'll get you taken care of. Area 3, in the vicinity of 100 spots available. They're still trickling in. Looks like it'll probably sell out by the time the match happens in September. I'm very excited. Northwoods Showdown in Forest Lake, Minnesota, May 3rd and 4th. I'm going to be there. We're going to be recording there, so stop by, say hi. Oh, shit, I got to send T-shirts to Timmy. I fucking forgot about that. He asked for some T-shirts. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll definitely send you some. Great Plains Section and Cornhusker Classic. Well, they're sold out with waitlist, so if you want to shoot them, go for it. Free State, I don't know if there's any spots left. There were 10 a week ago. I'm guessing not now. Right. And then the Iowa Cops Memorial Match, July 27th in Ankeny. That's an outlaw match with $20 mulligans and $40 forced mulligans. Like, make your buddy reshoot. It's a charity match. I love it.
It is a very fun idea. I hope to find a way to incorporate it at a match local to me.
We have a guest coming up a little bit later in the show, Patrick Gilbert. He's the guy who has been shooting a Desert Eagle at USPSA matches. We're going to talk to him a little bit later, but I wanted to talk about the thing I had to do before the dark match was, my plate was loose. I fixed it, but also I went to go re-sight it in after I fixed it, and I was shooting a group that looked like I was shooting a shotgun.
No shit.
It was all over the place. Gen 5 Glock. Gen 5 Glocks are really accurate. Well, what's the best way to make a Glock not work, Jeff?
Bad ammo?
Well, my ammo's not great, but it was shooting just fine out of my Gen 4.
Do they have different rifling?
Actually, they do. The Gen 4 is still the octagonal rifling. The Gen 5 is actually the more traditional rifling.
Oh.
Usually it's fucking with a Glock will make it not shoot good.
Right. Yep.
I haven't really fucked with it, except I haven't cleaned it in 2 years.
Oof. That'll do it.
And at some point, the barrel can get dirty enough in a Glock. Like, I don't need, is it accurate at 5 yards? Of course. 25? Not so much. So I cleaned the shit out of the barrel. Like, bore cleaner, ran a brush through it a whole bunch, got it, just squeaky clean. And then I wish I had not done this. I wish I had left the old guide rod and spring in, but I always run a Glock with a steel guide rod and lightened recoil spring. I just always have. And I put in the stock guide rod and spring. And so I cleaned it and put the stock guide rod in. The combination of the two turned that thing into a very nice shooting pistol. I mean, when I didn't fuck up the shot, I could have covered every shot with my fist after I did that. So
nice.
I did not shoot myself in the process of cleaning my pistol. I took it apart before I even left my gun room. And then I went out to the garage and I cleaned it out there. And there was no discharge in the process of cleaning the pistol. I know we have learned on this show that if you clean a pistol, the likelihood of a negligent discharge is quite high, but I managed to get through it. So, So cleaning now, did I clean underneath the slide? No. Did I clean the frame a little bit? Only because I was afraid if the barrel was that dirty, like the connector and trigger housing in the back might be kind of dirty, and it was really dirty. So cleaned that up a little bit, but I was just wiping it off with a cloth. Like it didn't take any time. So, I mean, yeah, once every couple of years, clean your gun.
Yeah.
It might make it a little more accurate. Do you have to do it every 1,000 rounds? Absolutely not.
Every 2 birthdays.
Every 2 birthdays. Okay. Also, notanothershootingshow.com for the t-shirts that say
It's fucking Tuesday.
Yeah. Don't forget about those. Steven, your t-shirt will be on its way. Actually, I'm just, because I'm so lazy, I'm just going to send Steven a discount code for a free shirt, and then he can just order it himself.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right.
Also, thank you to Devin for our It's Fucking Tuesday coasters.
Yeah. And, well, it's on the bottom of the whiskey glass, too.
And it is on the bottom of the whiskey glass.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Okay. Jeff has an idea for USPSA.
Yes, I have an idea for USPA. So it is Masters Week, apparently. That's something. I don't really understand.
Was this past weekend, anyway.
Yes, sure, I guess.
Or wait,
I don't know.
let me type it in.
I don't understand the concept of golf.
Yeah, the Masters ended today, the day we're recording.
Yeah, fuck those guys. So the Masters does something very interesting. And I did not know this because I don't know shit about golf, because it is a very frustrating sport that I have never enjoyed. So every day of the Masters for 4 days, they play all 18 holes. I did not know that until I talked to somebody. But what they do is they change the hole position.
The pin position, yes.
The pin position every day. And I was like, oh, that's actually kind of a brilliant little idea. So, like, imagine a USPSA match where you only have, say, 8 stages, 10 stages. I don't know. I don't know the number. 6 stages. Fuck it, whatever. But, like, every day, the walls are completely the same. The shooting area is completely the same. But the target position changes every day. And so you could literally have a 6 or 8 stage match that you just change every day for 2 or 3 days, and you get yourself,
oh my god, dude,
a 24 stage match.
This is fucking brilliant. I love this idea so much.
I've only come up with one major issue with it.
What?
The ROs can't shoot it.
Why not? Oh, right.
So,
that would be a problem. I mean, because, that's part of the fun of working a match is you get to shoot it, too.
Right. So, so there would be...
Well, wait. If you did it so that basically staff shoots in the morning and then competitors shoot in the afternoon, I guess that would be a way of doing it. It would limit the number of competitors, though, quite a bit.
Right. That was the second problem I came up with, is that one of the reasons that we do the system we do is so that we can have 582 shooters or whatever were at CO Nats last year. With this system, you could only have, 60 to 80 shooters plus the 20 plus ROs that, like Andy said, you could run them through in the morning. They would shoot like a 3-stage match. And
it wouldn't even take the whole morning though either.
Right. The shooters could show up at like 11 or 10 for their walkthrough, and like the staff has already shot through from 8 to 10 and just knocked out.
You just think like if it's like 6 stages.
Right.
Let's make it on the short side. Let's make it 6.
Yeah.
Just 6 stages because we're going to change them each day.
Right. The one way you could also like cycle a bunch of people through, you do 2 copies of each stage.
Oh, yeah. You'd have to get really precise laying it out, but
you'd have to get pretty anal. But we have classifiers that are full stages at this point, so it's not outside of reason, and we got engineers that do the sport. But if you had 12 bays, you could run 2 6-stage chunks at the same time and then change them every morning or change them every night so that in the next morning the ROs come shoot through. And so you can have, again, in a 3-day match, you can have 24, or what would that be? That would be an 18 stage match over 3 days with the only changes being the targets having to move around.
The only problem is with only 5, that would limit it a lot unless you like built duplicates of the stages.
Correct.
But so when Steven was on, when you were on vacation and we were talking about that match he went to in Arkansas, where they basically shoot the same stages back-to-back days.
Yep.
It's like a big level 1 or a level 2 match. Right. I was actually brainstorming as we were talking about it, like, how do you make this a level 3? Like, that'd be kind of tough without having very precise layouts and duplicate stages.
Right. Well, and another part to this. So let's flip the whole dynamic on its head. Let's say this format is only for nationals, and it's only for GMs and M's, or it's for the top guys.
Okay,
and
now I'm getting bored. I don't care anymore.
Right, I know. But the Masters is not for the average 18-hole or 9-hole fucking guy who goes every Saturday.
No, it's not.
And so it could be a way to do let's say a 24 round or a 24 stage match
and
with 16 ROs.
Yes. And you know what else it is? It would be economical.
Right. And that's the thing. It's economical.
It would cut down on the number of staff you would need. Just fucking pay them.
Right. Exactly.
Just pay that small amount of staff to work those stages.
Right. And you can do it. And another part to it, you can do it at any club. So I can go to fucking Area 6 where they're like, we have 77 ROs for a level 1 match. And you're like, cool. Yeah. We just need 16 of these motherfuckers who literally live here. And they get to shoot, again, like we said, they get to do the pre-shoot where they shoot the morning. And then we bring in the try-hard brigade. The try-hard brigade can knock out their stages or whatever. You tear it, you move all the targets around, put steel and move everything around. Boom. They have another 8 stages. And you can do this at basically any range that has 8 bays. Like, you don't need these like giant fucking like 72 bay facilities that were always like, oh, where are we going to host nationals? Where there's like 6 bays in the entire nation that can even host nationals. Yeah. And you're like, now every club in America can host nationals. It's just, I need 16 to 24 ROs, and we have 8 stages. We change them out every night. And so we can have a nationals that isn't $80,000 that allows the top guys.
Yeah. You know how cheap it would be to put that on?
Right.
Like, it would be the cost of honestly,
a big local.
You could put that on for I would put it higher than that. But for the cost of a very full level 2. Like for
a section match.
Yeah, like for Great Plains, I think we grossed like somewhere around before like just doing the quick math. It's like, I don't know, 18,000. Is what we took in. 180 shooters. A lot of those are staff, but or actually it's not 180. It's like 160 shooters or something like that. But yeah. And where'd you get this idea?
This is what the Masters does. So it's
literally, right, yeah, from golf.
So, I literally stole it from golf. Is the walls don't change, the shooting areas don't change. You just change the target arrays. That's it. So you can literally come up with 8 stages.
We should tell our area director about this idea. I think this is a great idea.
That fucking guy, that motherfucking guy, and maybe if there's another area director or 2 listening to this fucking shit, that fucking guy. But yeah, it like you said, they're $500 slots because they're sponsored fucking GMs. Like, hey, Sig Sauer, hey, Shadow Systems, hey,
not all of them
Smith and
are.
Wesson.
Not all of them are.
Right. But like, the point of this is like, this is the top match.
So, but how many people could you get it? Let's crunch some. I mean, we're getting really autistic, and we have a guest to get to. But okay, 8 stages. How many on a squad?
12.
Okay, times 8 is what?
96.
Times. Oh, so that would be the whole 96 would be the max shooters.
It'd be 96 shooters.
Basically 100 shooters.
Right, basically 100 shooters. And again, that's why like that's why you set it high, so that like only the serious of the serious.
If you were going to do this for some sort of nationals, yeah, okay.
Right. Again, the whole theory behind this.
It's the Masters.
It's the Masters.
Yeah,
this is where I want to see who the top GMs are.
You could apply this model to a level 2 though.
You could.
I think
100%. But again, it runs into the logistics method. Like we said, you could do 2 sets of 6. So you'd have what 144 shooters but you'd have to make sure that you duplicated 6 stages exactly.
Yeah.
Like multiple times.
You would have, yeah.
And so that might get a little too complicated, but like we said, if we had an 8-stage match or an 8-bay match, I'll call it an 8-bay match with, that 12 to 15 shooter limit, that it's only for that high, that top level boys. And it's like, cool, we got a 24 bay match out of a 3-day match.
I like it.
Instead of doing this like 16-day, 3 days for every fucking like every division and everything. Like, and if you for those of you who haven't been around long enough,
you need a staff of like 150 people or whatever it is.
Right. And like literally, my club could run this match.
Yeah.
Like
almost our clubs here could run this match.
Right. Like literally
in South Dakota.
Yeah, and that's how simple this becomes. And again, you just leave the walls, and you'd be like, hey, instead of 2 paper over there, it's 1 steel. And you can change the entire dynamic of the stage just by maneuvering props, and maybe there's a swinger that you add and take it out the next day and put steel there. Like, again, it eliminates costs, which is the number one cost for
that's a big barrier.
The major is staff.
Yeah.
So again, if I can do this with 24,
and you can get all the best staff too.
Right. If I can do it with 24 staff at, like, let's say South Carolina, where these guys have so much fucking staff, they've got, these guys are just here to reset. Like, okay, fuck. Well, we're gonna get all the top boys here, and all the sponsored shooters are going to get
all
their
the
sponsors.
top ROs. Like, get the good ROs and pay them good.
Yep. Yeah. And we get Sig Sauer, we get Trigicon, we get Hollow Sun, we get all those motherfuckers to be like, okay, like, this is the show. We're going to get a camera crew because we only have 8 bays we have to cover.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need them all over the place. We got 8 bays. We got 8 squads of the best shooters on the planet.
You have sold me, Jeff.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. We have a guest to get to, though. Joining us on the show, a guy who actually, until he signed on to our clean feed here, I didn't actually know what his name was. I was guessing it was Patrick based on the email, but because Jeff didn't bother to ask that question. Like, oh, what's your name?
Who needs that?
Yeah.
Who needs that information?
Great.
I was talking with my buddies earlier, and I was like, I don't even know who these guys are. Now that I think about it, I should have asked more questions.
Yeah, you probably should have. Patrick Gilbert joining us here on the show. Thank you for hopping on. The reason we wanted Patrick to come on the show is because there have been a few videos of him on Reddit and elsewhere probably as well, but we saw them on Reddit, of Patrick shooting a Desert Eagle at USPSA matches. Now, the thing we have been speculating privately about, and even on our show, is what caliber of Desert Eagle it is that you are shooting. Patrick, what caliber is it?
So it is a 357, but it is right.
You were.
It's an original made in Israel Mark 1.
Oh,
in
wow.
357. Yeah, so it might actually, it doesn't predate the 44, but the 44s maybe came out the year mine was made.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so old they don't make parts for it anymore. Magnum Research has actually been super cool with me. Like they don't sponsor me, but I hit them up. I'm like, hey guys, I have no idea where to find like an original metal extractor spring, and mine's 40 years old. Can we help? And they're like,
wow.
oh yeah, we got you, man.
Oh, dude, that's some customer service right there.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they've actually been awesome. Like, I'm a pretty small content creator, and every time I've hit them up, they're like, "Oh yeah, dude, we just found one, and we found an original ejector spring from 1985 in a parts bin back there, dude. It's yours." Like, hell yeah, guys.
What have they commented on your shooting videos? Like, do they think they're funny?
They haven't. What's weird is like they post like. I mean, Desert Eagles in the broader gun world are like big, silly, like porta-cannons that shoot big, silly bullets at people that don't, for people that don't shoot much, or just like, I have this gun and it's funny.
Right.
And so like our whole channel is we wanted to go around and find guns that were like odd or historic in some way, or things that have like an unusual reputation. Like today, I was shooting a Daewoo DP51 compact in competition, which is Korea's national service pistol, but also they're like in the States, they're kind of like a hipster, super edgy hipster carry gun thing. Like I've got this really unusual gun that I can't even find mags for, and it's my carry gun. So we're like, all right, cool. Any of these guns, whatever they are, we're gonna figure out how they actually perform. So we're gonna take them. We're gonna shoot matches with them. And the Desert Eagle is like the perfect crux of like, it's iconic and it's interesting. It's mechanically very interesting. And it also in like the community of dudes who are shooters, it's like kind of laughed at because it's silly. And it has a reputation for being unreliable, and it's also terribly misunderstood. So it's all kinds of stuff. So there's a ton to like delve into with it. So we went and found an original one, and we've made a couple videos about it, explaining it in further detail. But the original Desert Eagle was designed in 1979, and at the time, everyone who was doing practical shooting or who was doing defensive shooting, pretty much everyone, law enforcement, everyone was shooting revolvers. That was the flavor of the day. 38 specials and 357 kind of ruled the landscape. There was 9mm. There were guys shooting 45, 1911 and stuff. But, if you're a cop, everyone's running wheel guns for the most part. Everyone from local police to the FBI. So the original idea behind the Desert Eagle was like, hey, what if you had the same rounds that everyone else was shooting, but like I had 9-round magazines and wasn't fucking around with stripper clips and stuff, or not stripper clips, with quick clips and speed clips. Oh yeah,
the speed loader.
Yeah, speed loaders strips. And moon clips. What if I could just 9 rounds of your ammo, and then 9 more rounds of your ammo, and then 9 more rounds of your ammo? But it's still a big Magnum cartridge, so they had to figure out how to do that. So, there's a joint project between Magnum Research and it wasn't even IWI at the time; it was IMI, Israeli Military Industries.
Huh.
So their idea was that there was like a practical purpose for it when it originally came out. And then from what I can tell, at the same time, there was another company called Kunin. I don't know if you ever heard of them or seen their stuff. It's a 1911 and 357, which is super cool. We're totally going to find one at some point and shoot matches with it and really irritate everyone. The best part about shooting stuff like a Desert Eagle in competition is everyone in your immediate vicinity and online immediately tells you exactly who they are. Like, if they're a cool guy who's like fun to hang out with, they're like, that's hilarious. That's silly. And dudes who suck will tell you they suck. Instantly, they will tell you they suck. Like, that's stupid. You're shooting an inefficient talisman novelty gun. That's dumb. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm making big explosions. I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
Fun counter go burr.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun counter go burr. Wallet go,
Well, that was part of first off, I want to, what is your channel? Like, is it a YouTube channel like you were talking about?
Yeah, so I guess my moniker now is the Guerrilla Gunman.
Okay.
which is sort of an inside joke between my friends. I mean, I'm a former Division I defensive lineman, so I'm just like, the second you see me, you're like, that's a large boy.
Yeah.
I also, this is like insider baseball between me and my buddies. I have like an actual mathematical unusual spine to like leg ratio. I have the torso of someone who's like 6'6", but I'm like 6'2". So
You're like me.
actually built like a gorilla.
You're kind of like me. I'm 6 foot and I have the torso of somebody who's like 6'5", but I have the legs of a 5'8" woman. So
you have like a 26 inch.
Yeah. And just so you know, Jeff is he's more actual gorilla sized. He's 6'9".
See, there you go.
He's proportional, but he's a gigantic motherfucker.
That's a big boy.
Yeah, no, Jeff is a big boy. He's a very big boy.
Yeah.
He's a big giant teddy bear is what he is.
So we're like, well, part of being a big boy is you can do big boy things that other people can't do. And I was like, well, what if Big Monkey had big gun and shot big gun fast?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hate you because I always wanted to do this. I always wanted to do it, but I could never find a Desert Eagle. And then like the cheap side of me could not justify a $300 match.
It's so funny too. So like the humble marksman, I actually talked to him about it. He's a really nice guy. I think he's like a USPSA GM, and I think and a bunch of other stuff too. But yeah, he's a real nice dude. He did his video. I had bought mine to like do filming and stuff with it. And we kind of intended it to be sort of a one-off gas. Like we were like, oh, we're gonna get a 357 Magnum original Desert Eagle. You know, it's this historic, iconic thing, and we're gonna take it to a match, and it's gonna make big fireballs, and it's gonna be very silly, and it's not gonna run very good, and who gives a shit because haha monkey make big boom. And again, insider baseball. There's an original video that a whole bunch of people have seen, and it's me shooting it really, really fast on. It wasn't a qualifier, but it was something set up pretty similar to a lot of qualifiers. And I literally, and like the start was, you start like unloaded gun, you load it and rack it, and then there's 3 targets right in front of you, and you know there's targets on either side, and everyone else who's trying to actually get a good stage time, they're like grabbing the gun and loading it as they're moving, you know, trying to be as efficient on the stage as possible. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna clean the targets on the right or the left, and then while I'm moving, I'm gonna clean those targets in the middle. And I was just like, I have a Desert Eagle, and there's 3 targets 2 feet away from me. I'm going to give them all the gas. So I grab it and I load it, and I just shoot like 0.1 splits as fast as I fucking can with a Desert Eagle into these 3 targets.
Let's go.
And it like, sure as shit, it just motors through them like no problem. And I'm like, as I'm like, and I actually do like a reload that I didn't need to do on the next target, because I'm in my head, I'm like, holy shit, this gun runs so much harder than I thought it did. And then I just start like, fuck it, let's go. And I just start giving it the gas, and I start just cranking like really tight splits on all these targets. I think I did like, it was like 14 Alpha, like 6 Charlie, and you know, like 9 and something seconds. I was like, whee! Just
let's go.
In the background, like 3 seconds into the video, it's all the guys watching are just laughing hysterically watching this. Just like, man, you ever seen a monster truck parallel park? Oh yeah. Well, after that, I was like, holy shit! There's like, okay, I feel like people missed something here, because no, like, you know, the 357 is sort of seen among Desert Eagles as like, well, that's not the one that shoots the big rocks. I want to shoot the big rocks if I'm going to get the big rock gun. But it actually, once we dug into it a bit more, is the one. It's the one that they originally intended for like duty use and had like a practical purpose.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, say you were a cop in 1982, the Desert Eagle had just come out, everyone else has got wheel guns, and you're like, this is going to be my platform. How hard could you have run this gun? And like, sure as shit, we've done the work. I might actually be the unintentional like Desert Eagle expert. Like, I don't think there's anyone out there that has shot this guy. I've shot it in like 4 matches now.
Jesus.
I know it's been shot in matches. There was a dude at my local club. He DQ'd on the very first stage, but he was he was shooting I was just in the bay across the like center aisle of all the bays, and I heard, just in the background, you hear the beep, and then boom! I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I turn around, this dude's shooting a Desert Eagle. It was 44 Magnum, and he managed to shoot about a box of ammo, like, or not even a box of ammo, like 10 rounds. And he didn't even get to the reload before he DQ'd. Like, he went around a wall, and, he'd never shot USPSA before, but like, I know they've been shot a handful of times.
Like just standard Desert Eagle owner, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Now, I've actually shot a Desert Eagle one time. My good buddy Tyler owns one. His is 50 AE.
Yep.
And the first time I shot, the only time I shot it, I had no idea what to expect. I've never shot one before. And when that thing went off, there's certain calibers of handguns where no matter how big a boy you are, and I'm not as big as you, but I'm a pretty big, strong guy. And there are certain handguns that your wrists are going to break when it goes off.
Oh, yeah.
And that was definitely one of those guns, like a 50 AE Desert Eagle.
44.
Holy shit. Like I would say I've shot a 44 Magnum revolver, and it was about like that, I would say. Like, without shooting them back to back, it was in that vicinity. Like, it's stanky as hell. What I wanted to ask based on that was, so 357, not a tame cartridge, but in a gun that big, what does it feel like going off? It's got to be a lot more subtle. Like, is it breaking your wrist when it's going off?
It's very unusual. So in 357 Magnum, so the Desert Eagle, outside of the weight of the gun, because mine is a the Mark 1, Mark 7s. I contacted Magnum Research. They don't even know if mine is a Mark 7 or a Mark 1. It has features from both, and the guns were functionally the same, kind of, with like some minor changes here and there at the time it was being manufactured. But the gun is only about 3 pounds 9 ounces. It's actually like 2 ounces lighter than a Shadow 2. So it's the weight
really
doesn't fight it as much as you'd think it was, and it's not as colossally heavy. It's balanced differently because it has such a long barrel. There's a lot of weight in the front.
Yeah.
It's funny. I have one of my next projects, and I think this is going to be my USPSA gun, just strictly USPSA. All the like wacky shit we shoot, I think we're going to move into like 2-gun and 3-gun matches, just because that's like a lot of those are outlaw matches. It's not recorded as much. I can find something to shoot in USPSA and train with it that's still quirky, but like actually, get a decent classification at some point.
And not go broke doing it. Like, what is a match where 357 is not a cheap caliber. So it's not the worst, but it's not cheap.
It only feeds it's exclusively high pressure defensive ammo. We tried. So this is the other like little insider thing with why they have a reputation for not being reliable. If you buy a Desert Eagle, you actually have to do, especially with the 357, because it's much more susceptible to slide slowdown. You have to buy the correct ammunition, and they have a chart that ships with the gun that everyone who's ever owned a Desert Eagle has just been like, that's math, blah, and thrown it in the trash. But it tells you exactly what rounds, exactly what grain weights and velocities, and even bullet construction to buy for the gun. So I only shoot MagTech 357A JSP 158 grain. I think it's clocking in at I forget, power factor like 205 to 210. It's spicy. It's real spicy. But even the Desert Eagle, like the operating system by itself actually does a lot to fight the recoil. It feels like really weird 40 or like really weird high pressure 9mm maybe. And it has more to do with the slide travel on the Desert Eagle is so long. So if you're trying to shoot it fast, you're trying to shoot doubles. Shooting USPSA, shooting shitload of doubles. That slide travel is real weird, and the return to battery feels real odd, and just the whole operation of the gun, it's a rotating bolt. The interesting thing is it has dual recoil springs in it. It's like a huge recoil spring channel with two huge springs in it, and just a massive amount of slab travel, and it just feels odd. It feels like very odd, very snappy, like 9mm or 40. But the idea is, like, if you hear that, you're like, oh gosh, man, I can crush targets with that. Yes, but your second shot is going to be looking through a giant ring of fire. It is basically occluded shooting, in like there's no looking around it with your other eye. Like, it's not like taped optic occluded shooting. It's like I fired a target, and for a couple of milliseconds, that target doesn't exist. It is just a ball of fire. So there's some weird. It's really strange. It's not as colossally risk breaking as 44 and 50, but it has some weird caveats to like training. And like I won't say our joke about what we do, or more of our like sort of statement about what we do is like we take our shooting seriously and ourselves not very seriously. So like while we're doing wacky stuff like shooting a Desert Eagle in competition and making very silly videos with a Desert Eagle, I'll literally sit around and do like all right, we're shooting a match in 3 weeks. I'm doing 100,000 reps of dry fire in the next couple of weeks, like do it until my palms have a bruise, which no one who has ever owned a Desert Eagle has ever attempted to do.
Yeah, that would be a lot of. I can't imagine just having shot one. Actually, my son has an airsoft Desert Eagle, and even that thing is, I mean, it's the exact same size and dimension and everything, and he has a holster for it. I'm like, well, I guess if I ever get a Desert Eagle, at least I've got sort of a holster that will that will work with it. I don't know anything about the gun really. Isn't it gas operated? Like, yeah,
it's a gas operated. It's a gas blowback system with a rotating bolt. It's like an AK, but in like a weird pistol. It's it literally has like an AK or an AR like bolt lug on the inside. Yeah, it's a very unusual, mechanically interesting design. It's like one of the other things that people harp on is like that they're not reliable, and like they are, but there's a really long list of asterisks after that because of the weird operation. So I've described it like this. It almost, like, as long as you do the cleaning cycle that they recommend, which is like, basically, I honestly, if I want to shoot at a stage and I want to not have huge problems, I literally clean it every stage, which adds like a weird,
out. Like,
it adds a weird bit to my day. Although I usually have like, I guess he's my manager. It's the only other way I can think of to describe him. He just like follows me around with the camera, and I'll be like, oh man, okay, shot that stage pretty good. He's like, go to the table, clean your thing. I'm like, God, okay, fine. All right. He's like, I'll tape for you. You go clean the thing. And it's really easy to pop. You pop it up and spray it out. Throw some hops number 9 in there. Close it back up. It's not that big a deal. But
Patrick, I'm gonna hold on a second. We're getting a lot of very garbled audio from you right now.
Okay.
The connection is a little wonky.
Let's see. I'm making sure that mine is fine. Mine's still fine. It looks like. I'm not sure what the deal is.
We're just getting very robot-y, like it's a poor connection. If you have like kids gaming in your house, or
I mean, I've got like 1 gigabyte per second internet, so it shouldn't be an issue. But
yeah. Well, the clean feed's in England, so who knows what's in between you and there, but
okay. Let's see.
Yeah, your buffer time is a little long. It's gotta.
Okay. And I'm wondering. You know what? I just realized I'm connected to my VPN router. I'm wondering if that's the problem.
Oh, yeah, that would probably slow it down. If you want to like just hop off and hop off that, just click the same link, and then we'll. Oh, let me pause the recording. So, if you weren't shooting a Desert Eagle in USPSA, what would you be shooting?
Man, really depends on what. There's another reason I just drive people who like. Not that I don't take USPSA seriously. I take the shooting aspect of what I do very seriously, but I'm also like filming content and doing all kinds of wacky guns. So I think what we've decided for going forward, I got a hold of the 1002nd H&K USP ever built, ever manufactured.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so the USP 40, because the USP 40 was actually built preceding the 9. So we got that, and I'm going to run that in USPSA Limited. We even got it kitted out like Laura Croft's USPs from the old
oh, nice.
The old movies. It's got the actual match weight system on it from match weight. I got a match weight holster. We did the whole kit and caboodle. It's got a jet funnel. So I'm gonna run that in a USPSA Limited, which will be a lot of fun. That's gonna be my USPSA gun going forward for a while. Just so I'm just gonna shoot it until we hit USPSA B, A class, something like that. And then all right, now I can go back to being silly. Although before we get to that, I am going to shoot. I'm in 2 weeks. The Texas Open is happening, so I'm going to actually shoot the Desert Eagle in a USPSA major, which I'm definitely the first person to ever pull that one off.
I would believe that. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Okay. So did you start shooting USPSA with silly guns, or did you start serious and then get silly?
Oh no! I started shooting it with I think the first time I ever shot a USPSA match was with a Staccato P. Just totally normal, reasonable guns. I have I carry a Walther PDP. Real cookie cutter, normal white bread stuff.
and then one day you were like, because don't you also wear short shorts? Or do you have an outfit?
Oh, you're one of those guys? Jesus.
Yeah,
okay.
He's one of
it
us.
Was way funnier. So so I showed up to a match, the first match with the Desert Eagle, because we were like, this is a gimmick, this is a gas. It was actually it was actually what spawned just YouTube, internet stuff in general. I was just running around shooting and doing things, and one of my friends who actually he was the social media manager for Mira Safety and for Gun Mag Warehouse and a bunch of places like that. And, a lot of friends in the gun industry, they were like, hey, man, you should just put a camera on your head and just put it on the internet. We're giggling. Everyone else should giggle, too. So the advent of that was I showed up to a match with the Desert Eagle, and I was like, this is already silly. I'm going to get I'm going to get really tight jeans. I'm going to cut them into the shortest jorts I possibly can.
Yes.
And then I wore literally a novelty helicopter propeller hat. God. And a sleeveless shirt that had a cat on it that said "I eat cement." I wish I will forever regret not having my camera recording the first old dude at the match I walked up to. He's in his late 60s. He's got a 1911 and a bunch of mags. He's there to shoot limited 10 really, really slow. And I walk up behind him hello, fellow shooting enthusiast. And he turns around and I'm wearing just tiny jorts and a helicopter hat. I have a cannon on my hip. My shirt is a joke he doesn't understand. He looked at me with a level of disgust that I wish I could capture and give to people. It's fabulous.
So, okay, I my brain needs help processing. What division do you shoot?
So it's funny. The Desert Eagle actually fits in limited 10.
Okay,
it falls somewhere in the. Yeah, we didn't make rules for that because who the hell would be that ridiculous?
Right.
Because it's technically a single stack.
Yeah, it's a single stack. What's funny is the 357 technically is minor power factor, even though the ammo is power factor 210. It's power factor ultramarine ammo.
Oh, right, because it's not 40 for limited 10.
It's not 40
or limited,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the diameter is too small, so it's technically limited 10 minor.
210 power factor of minor ammo. I don't know if you know this, Patrick, but you're talking to an area director. I think we could maybe change that.
If I registered as major my first time, and someone pointed it out, and the match director's like, I cannot tell you how little of a shit I give. This is the power. whatever power factor we have, he gets all of it.
Yeah.
Right. Good match director. Good match director.
If you're shooting limited and your power factor is over 200, it doesn't matter. You could shoot a 22 if it's over 200 power factor. I don't give a shit.
The spiciest 22 anyone's ever seen.
That internet meme of like the 50 cal round with a 22 bullet.
The 22 tip. Turns into plasma as it fires. Yeah.
Why did the berm and the target light on fire?
Yeah. Oh God.
I think we're also like I want to shoot a Chiappa Rhino and Revolver Division because that's hilarious.
Yeah. And I-Core.
Those are awesome.
Like you have to at I-Core so that there's enough revolver shooters to give you that disgust.
Oh yes. Show up with my weird space revolver, like, hello, fellow revolver people. Like, I'm gonna dress up as like a gay cowboy with like a sparkle cowboy.
Oh my god,
hat.
yes!
They'll love it.
Oh my god! And make sure it's the rainbow.
Yes.
I forget what their name of it is, but they have a rainbow version of it.
They do, or is that like a distributor thing?
I found a buddy of mine has one that he's gonna let me borrow to do this with. And he has like the gaudy, shiny gold one.
The Nebula.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
That's the rainbowy one. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna find a gaudy one, and we're gonna run some Revolver Division with it.
I support this at like 112%. Like
today, when I shot the Daewoo, I was like, "This is Korea's service pistol. What's like the most Korean thing I can find to wear?" So I went and I got a tech wear pants. I even like looked up how Korean kids wear like tech like baggy like active wear and got the size for me to match that look. And then I wore a Korea like a giant Korean flag headband and an actual BTS K-pop merch.
I was about to say you should have had a BTS t-shirt on.
I wore a BTS jersey with J-Hope on the back.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, so there's absolutely going to be like a compilation coming up with just beat music playing over it, but only 45 seconds of it because that's as far as I can go without violating fair use.
Yeah. Make sure you do a critique on the music as well. That's the other thing they'll get really wound up about. I love what you're doing.
I have my lawyer jump in, like an actual lawyer, and be like, "No, only 45." Like just yell at me, like shove stuff off of my while I'm editing.
Yeah,
right. At 44 seconds, he's just like, just the classics. Everyone stop! Everyone stop right now!
Throwing charts at me about like the revenue of BTS and like who their law firm is.
I mean, I absolutely like when it comes to shooting USPSA. Like, yes, I love the sport. I'm a dork for it. At the same time, when people want to use it to have fun and do what you're doing, I also love that because I don't give a shit if someone's trying to make GM or if they're just having a good time.
And like I know some GMs, I love them. I'm not that autistic. I just like being a good shooter.
Let's go. Yes. Let's fucking go. I'm at war with the autists because I'm only slightly autistic, and so I know the true autists, and like we view the world very differently.
Oh yeah. And like also like the sort of the theme of our channel too, on top of giving people like, you know, an interesting breakdown on historical guns and talking about things and showing things that you don't normally see, you know, shot in practical shooting. They're also like, if you're kind of concerned about USPSA, like you're showing up to your first match and you're nervous and you're like, man, I just got my Glock 19 and I want to go shoot a match because my friends told me it would make me better, but I don't know. All of the seriousness suddenly gets sucked out of the room when you look over and there's a monkey with a cannon blowing cardboard apart.
Right, and it just it takes all that like stressful energy and throws it out the window because you're like, funny monkey.
How much? Sorry, how many match props targets have you broken with the Desert Eagle?
You know, I don't think I've broken any yet. We were concerned that I might, so it got canceled because of weather. But I'm going to shoot the makeup in early May. There was a 2-gun match that's at one of the places I shoot a lot of USPSA matches at, and they have for the 2-gun, like, you know, they do a lot of like paper. All the paper stuff is usually relegated to rifle, and then they have a lot of steel for like shotgun and pistol, but everyone's shooting, 9mm, maybe there's 45s in the mix somewhere. No one's clobbering their Texas Stars with 357 at 210 power factor.
Yeah.
Man, I wonder if I like hit it in the middle. Will all the plates just fall off? Like how much re-welding is happening?
If they have a plate rack, just shoot the plate rack like in between two plates.
Oh yeah, just like man, I won. I win on speed. Like, well, you only had to shoot once, and the whole plate rack fell over. So yeah, I guess you win.
All the DACA.
So,
yeah, all the more DACA.
What? So you mentioned earlier, like a 10 split. Is that actually the fastest split you've gotten on a timer with that thing? Like,
I honestly don't know. I'd probably have to like.
Oh, okay.
I'd have to go back and like watch some of my videos because the videos are all it's all real time. I get comments like you sped that up all the time, and I'm like, dude, I wish I could emulate that sound. There's no way to like, especially if you shoot near barrels or something like that. It has this really specific like
tone.
Yeah.
It's more bass than any other gun going off.
So much bass and it reverberates off everything. I'm like, dude, the whole. If I sped this up, the whole world around this gun would sound like some sort of strange cartoon.
Yeah, like
I could probably measure the splits off of some of the video I have. But it's pretty faster than anyone would expect. That's for damn sure.
do you feel your testosterone rise when you shoot your Desert Eagle?
Oh god, yeah. There's something so like make fireballs, shoot big holes.
Just that primal lizard brain kicking in. It's like,
how much bigger does your dick get when you're shooting that in the middle of a
that's
match?
a good question. There's at least a 2-inch gain, I'm pretty sure. Like,
I would expect at least that.
Just do the lumberjack scene from the Step Brothers, who just knocks the door off the hinges with the fire axe. With my wife, like, I've traveled 500 miles to bring you my seed.
Oh, God.
Trying to focus with half a chub, like, all right, let's fucking go, boys.
God.
Oh yeah, no, it made small PP into big PP.
Big.
That's for damn sure.
Slightly less small PP.
Slightly less small PP now.
What? I'm sitting here like, what other like? Jeff also has an encyclopedic knowledge of historical firearms. Like, what other ridiculous gun should be shot at a USPSA match?
So I've got a docket of them.
All right, let's go.
Let's hear it.
What's your top 5?
I mean, without giving away future content, maybe that you're wanting to.
I've kind of alluded to it. I put it up on Reddit, like, hey, here's some guns I'm going to shoot in the future. So we are going to take, just because they have a weird reputation, and also it's owned by the same like holding company that owns Magnum Research. We did a video where we shot the Air Marshal Qual with a Car PM9, which are those like car guns are already like not wonky, but they're very unusual. They're all double action only guns, and the PM9 is like a 6-round, like a holdout gun. So we were talking the other day about like, dude, what if we got like 7-8 mags for it and just shot a USB, like shot a whole match with like a 6-round PM9. just a belt of mags from the tiniest, silliest gun like we've ever shot. We might do that. We're also going to do a CZ. It'll be sub power factor. I'll have to talk to the match director beforehand. I definitely won't be scored, but a CZ83, which is those little. It's like a 380, like super deep concealment, compact.
Yep.
Little 380 pistol. They're really, really nice. They're an awesome shooter.
Oh, kind of looks like a PPK, kinda, but not really.
Kinda. They really do look. Yeah, they look like a Walther PPK. It looks like a James Bond gun.
Yeah. And
we even have the one in satin nickel, so it has the really cool James Bondy finish. The Daewoo's were also funny. I'm gonna shoot one with I have an original Smith & Wesson Model 66 Combat Magnum, a pre-dash Combat Magnum, which is literally the first commercially available revolver that let you both train and shoot full power 357 Magnum. We're shoot revolver with that. It's not a comp Magnum in any way, shape, or form. It's just like gonna shoot giant clouds of fire at things. That's gonna be funny. I tried so hard to find a match director that will let me shoot a match with a 5.7, but everyone was like, "No, fuck off! Like, stop that."
If you, I don't know where I actually don't know where you are, but if you can come to Nebraska, you have my full permission. I will volunteer to match direct that day specifically so that you can do that.
Hell yeah!
Because
I've got a buddy that has a Mark II, and like that's talk about a gun that has like an iconic reputation, but no one has ever seen one do performance shooting. I mean, even like you watch videos online of dudes who are like there's some video reviews where dudes who are like actual decent shooters who are like guys who shoot USPSA. They're like, all right, we got a 5.7 on the range today. Watch me slowly plink a steel target at 10 yards for 20 minutes.
Which is like right, but they're like oversized 22s. I've shot a 5.7 and they are stupid. And they're meant to be shot at they're meant to be shot of a P90 at about 1,500 rounds a minute. But
I'm totally going to do a video where I think everyone's missed the boat on the 5.7 as a round, but
no,
that's like a whole. There's so much autism behind that statement,
right? Oh yes, hell yes. And again, what you do is you walk up to the line and you look at him and you say "fuck the king," and then you just be like. And you say,
don't even tell the match director, be like, all your steel's getting ping marks in it. Everyone's getting upset.
It's not about who will let me; it's about who will stop me. And you're just like, I will take the mics on steel. I'm only shooting your paper. Suck a fat cock.
I asked one of the match directors if I could shoot one of his 2-gun matches. I was like, can I shoot the whole thing, even the rifle portions, at 150 yards with the 5.7? I'm not putting up with whatever your silly bullshit is.
just angled up at like 47 degrees, just dropping rounds in.
We're really doing some Kentucky windage over here.
Oh my god. That would be so fun.
I did end up shooting that match with a Keltec SU-16 though, which was its own level of funny.
Oh Jesus!
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a foldable AR knockoff.
It's like someone at Keltec did a bunch of cocaine and they saw a Steyr Scout bolt action rifle and they were like, man, what if like that had a baby with like a Ruger Mini 14, but everything was made out of plastic and you could
exactly
put
what I was thinking. It's exactly what I was thinking. It's like Mini 14 and then some shitty Keltec had a baby.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
It has the gas tube is down is on the the barrel's on the bottom. There's a gas tube on the top, and it's totally uncovered in this very thin plastic handguard. The optics rail is also completely plastic. Everything is plastic. It has 10-round magazines that go in the stock, but if you actually load them with 10 rounds, they fall out if you try to move with it.
That's Keltec.
Yep. So we took it. We actually didn't even. We couldn't figure out that we thought it didn't have a what is it I'm just brain blank. We didn't think you could actually hold the chamber open without like physically inserting an empty mag. So I just kept an empty mag in the buttstock. So like when they were like, all right, unload and make clear, like I would just I'd like drop my magazine, pull the cheap 10-round plastic empty mag out of the buttstock and put it in the thing and then lock it open. It has a button for that, but it's on the bottom in like this weird place that just makes it look like part of this shitty plastic stock. The handguard folds into a bipod that has no retention of any kind. It just flops loosely, and it's made out of flimsy, floppy, like just the cheapest plastic you ever it's Florida beach trash plastic. So we took that, and I put a Vortex Razor 2 HD on the top of it because like we were like, haha, the optic costs 5 times as much as the gun. And like a really nice like a LaRue mid-rise mount, like just the mount for the optic costs more than the gun.
I shot a section match one time with a dude who I was squatted with him. He was shooting PCC with whatever that Keltec 9mm rifle is.
Oh yeah, the foldable whatever they are.
Yeah,
things.
whatever it is. But he was also a gunsmith, and actually, like he was good, and I believe he won PCC with that gun at Iowa that year, like around 2018, 19, somewhere in that neighborhood.
We were laughing. We were like, man, does Keltec have a shooting team? Because that'd be hilarious. Like, I want to see a Keltec shooting team that's just nothing but all the wackiest designs that Kel-Tec has ever put out. And sure as shit, they have it. They have like a 3-gun.
No,
Kel-Tec
there was a dude at Multi-Gun Nationals a couple years ago when I worked it and shot it.
There was a guy. I think one of them won.
Yeah, he won limited. Yeah, he won limited.
What?
I saw that video. I was like, that's the fucking craziest thing I've ever seen. He also has a version of the RFB that like no person can purchase. It's like specially designed sights. Like it's an RFB, but with got some caveats on the end of that.
It's got like one bolt left over, and you're like, this is 100% this gun. Just this bolt right here is the same bolt.
Yeah, like the RFB has like this really awful, like every Kel-Tec product, like thin plasticky forend, and his has like an M-lock like aluminum rail that's like actually attached to the receiver, so presumably it doesn't like wobble into the barrel like I'm sure the regular RFB's like forend does. It's
at least his shotgun will be fun.
Oh yeah, I want to do an all Kel-Tec 3-gun match because they do make a really like probably hilariously terrible pistol that's not the weird super clip 5.7 thing. Yeah, the P15. They even make a metal frame P15. I want to find one.
What?
Yeah, they make their weird beach plastic 9mm pistol thing. They make a metal frame version of that. Like I don't know who's paying for premium Kel-Tec. Right? That can't be a big market. It's out there.
I'm on the website right now, and that's the only reason I knew that the P15 even existed. And the metal frame is $820 MSRP.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Some out there somewhere is some psychopath who has been paying $800 for metal Kel-Tec pistols. I don't know who they are. I want to meet them. Figure out what kind of crystal meth they're using.
Jesus. Wait, you're $300 away from a Shadow 2, and you're buying a Kel-Tec.
Exactly. Yeah, like a perfectly sane, rational person, right?
That's a level of retardation I just can't tolerate. Oh my god,
man! Like the little choo-choo train of cocaine that the Kel-Tec engineers used to make all their guns clearly escaped the factory and went to that guy's house. Whoever it is who's purchasing those guns.
Cocaine's too highbrow for that. That's straight meth.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
just straight up crack rocks.
Yeah, no.
I do want to talk to the guy that was like, okay, so 12 gauge shotgun. We're putting 2 tubes in this bitch. Let's go.
So crazy enough, Kel-Tec actually they do this wacky thing where like they make all kinds of just bizarre nonsense, but like some of it weirdly enough works pretty well. I owned a KSG for a long time. That gun as like a hunting, like utilitarian thing, if you have like some property you're working, it's fucking awesome. That gun actually physically saved my life.
What?
It literally actually saved my life. We were out hunting at night, and we were using thermals, and we had some PBS 14s and PBS 15s, and we're looking down a road, and we're like. We see something. There's a feeder down there that sometimes we'd hunt pit. We'd see feral pigs at. And we're like, I don't really see anything. There's something warm in the grass over there, but I don't know. It might be like water through thermals reflects weird. It like reflects whatever like ambient heat is around it. So sometimes it looks like hot stuff and you can't really tell. And it's kind of swampy down there. So we're like, I don't know. It's probably just water over there in the grass. Who knows? We're like, yeah, well, we look around for a while. Nothing's moving. We go walk down there, and I got so lucky. I just happened to have an IR light on the front of that KSG. I would carry it around. I'd keep both the tubes loaded with buckshot, and then I had like a little bandolier, or sometimes like a little ammo pouch on me, and I would have like a couple rounds of like bird shots. We'd hunt rabbit. Like because you can do this funny thing with the KSG where that has that little selector lever that picks the tubes, and you can put it to the middle, and you can rack the tube back, and it will unload only the what's in the tube, what's in the chamber, but it won't pull any rounds from the tubes. So you can just like pop whatever's in the tube out, throw a slug in, or like throw some birdshot in, and like shoot a rabbit, or you're like, there's something out there at 75 yards, stick a slug in, clack around at it. It does this like weird little utilitarian thing for like walking around and hunting that you like just wouldn't think of looking at a Kel-Tec.
Right.
And I got lucky. I had an IR light on the front of it, and I'm walking up to this weird patch of stuff we saw on the grass. I'm like, what the hell is that? And all of a sudden, I just see eyes, and I see like 30 pairs of eyes right in front of me, and all the eyes all of a sudden move towards me really fast. I'm like, oh shit! I just start emptying buckshot as fast as I can out of this gun, like pop, 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 like empty one tube and then flip over the other tube. It was like 45 pigs that we just
Jesus!
Oh wow!
walked up. I walked up on, and I dropped I got so lucky because it also like it has kind of a wide spread because it's not like anyone's running a choke in a KSG or anything like that. I happened to hit the first three of them, and one of them dropped about 5 feet from my feet. Like,
Oh
there were
damn!
only two. There were only two of us. There was about like 30 or 40 of them in the dark. And we would have just gotten our legs cut out from under us, and someone would have, found like a hand in the morning. That would have been it. They happened to have a KSG pointed at him with a shitload of buckshot, and I just emptied both tubes at everything through my night vision that moved. And yeah, that was enough. That did it. They didn't want any more weird Keltec smoke.
Well,
I'm surprised you aren't in some like Keltec commercial with that story.
Yeah.
I know. It's probably the only
Should
time I
be.
ever told that story outside of like to my buddy who was there. Like, I also got really lucky with that dude because he's a former IDF. Like, SF is probably the wrong word because they don't really do that. They're broken up by divisions. But he's like in the Golani Mountain Brigade, who are the guys who are responsible for defending the Golan Heights. So they're
Oh shit!
like the most decorated combat unit in the history of combat because turns out they do all the combat all the time. he was behind me, and instead of like panicking and shooting into my ass, which I feel like a lot of people probably would, he like, oh shit, moved way out to my left while I kept stuff away from him with buckshot. Pulled up his rifle with a thermal. It's like, all right, that one's a danger. Pop, like real methodical. We barely managed to pull that one out. It was pretty good. But yeah, no, KSG, the weird, wacky Keltec beach plastic dual tube shotgun actually saved my life.
If someone was actually out, like, I want to be sponsored by gun companies, I don't think the first two on the list would be Keltec and Magnum Research, but I feel like you probably should be collecting a check from both at this point.
I'm just going to be the John Daly of USPSA.
Sure.
It's just that meme where like there's the dude at the PGA tour, and he's like in his nice suit, and John Daly's just like smoking a cigar and drinking a beer and like a pair of pink pants looking at him.
Hell yeah. Patrick Gilbert on the show this week. Your YouTube channel is what, Patrick?
The Gorilla Gunman on YouTube, and then some version of that across Instagram and everything else. I think it's Patrick Gorilla Man on. Either way, all the social media is linked to the other ones. If you search the Gorilla Gunman, you'll find me.
Right on. It's been a blast talking to you. After you do a couple more wacky things, definitely would love to have you back on again. This has been so much fun, Patrick. Really appreciate you joining us on the show. No
problem, man. Good to be here. It was a fun time.
Well, Patrick was fun. That was.
It was. Jesus. I don't know. No offense to any of our other guests, but I don't know that I've belly laughed as much as I did with Patrick. That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, but I was pleasantly surprised.
What's funny is he didn't know what to expect either. So
no, he's like, who the fuck are these guys? Like, before we went on, he's like, I didn't know who the fuck you were. I'm like,
right, these fucking idiots that messaged me on Reddit, like, whatever, we're doing this.
Yeah. He thought about doing the research, but didn't. That's okay. Okay. I have no idea where you're going with this. Would roofers make good USPSA shooters?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So I don't know if it's because I've been hanging around with Owen a lot lately, but like I have gotten a lot of carpentry and roofer like work TikToks and like reels and shit. These motherfuckers pull the trigger more than we do. Think about it.
Oh yeah.
They shoot that motherfucking that nail gun hundreds of times a day.
But they're shooting at point blank range.
Right.
Like it's zero.
Right, but they got a great index.
Yeah.
And like a scene out of Happy Gilmore, I watched a video of these motherfuckers. They had like pop cans on a fence line like 10 or 15 yards away. They like, quote unquote broke or like turned the safety off on the nail gun, and we're just like popping these things from hip height because they just shoot it every fucking day. And so I wonder if you could take these roofers who, again, will have amazing cardio, will be able for them, they'll be like,
I've seen some pretty fat fucking roofers too, though.
Right, but they're going to be like, oh, it's 110 degrees in a dirt pit. This is fine. I have no complaints. But like, I feel like there's a possibility that they could be a sleeper category in an expanded USPSA sport. Like,
it could be, yeah.
That we're like, oh man, it's going to be all these like autistic kids and like, fucking 14-year-olds, and then just crew of roofers comes and they're like, we shoot these all the time. Bop, 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 bop.
The man, you get the right roofing crew. Oh, I mean, there was a crew that roofed the house across the street from me. I left for church at like 8:30 to sound like I was playing guitar in church. Left, did our sound check, little practice, and then by the time I got home, they were gone at like 11:30. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, there was
they pull the trigger a lot. Okay, here, completely random question, unassociated, kind of. Have you played an old school arcade like gun game since you got good at USPA?
No, I don't.
So like Area 51, Time Crisis.
I know. I don't think I have. Like, I've played like the Jurassic Park, but that's like where you're sitting with a minigun.
Yeah.
It's not really the same thing. Like, no, I don't think I've done like Time Crisis.
Okay, so we need to do this because this was years ago, and I forget if I've mentioned it before, but like me and a friend were at an arcade bar in Omaha called Beercade, and she is not a good shooter. I'm an okay shooter. And I was carrying her through the thing. I can't remember if we bought another life or not, but like if we did, it was like one time. We got second to the highest score. And it was all because of me. Because my index with that fucking, laser gun was like, oh, it's shooting 3 inches to the right. And so I was shooting 3 inches to the right the entire fucking time. But
I was about to say, it depends on how that
calibrated it is.
That laser pistol is calibrated, because they can be way the fuck off.
Right. Every time I pick up one of those fucking big game hunter ones where you've got the little shotgun, those ones are always shooting like 18 feet to the right. And you're like, I'm not even pointing at the screen anymore.
Yeah.
Those ones are awful.
Oh, look, I pointed at the ceiling and I shot the elk. Wow.
Yep.
I'm so good.
But like, if we should try to have a NAS gathering at a place that has like 3 or 4 of these games, and then we just all set the high scores on all the games, and just leave NAS as a high score on all of them. Like, who the fuck is NAS? Just leaving all these high scores. But that's why I was like, oh, maybe the roofers might be fucking good at this, because they literally pull a trigger every fucking day of their life.
You have strong opinions about prize tables.
I do. I was talking.
By the way, go on your rant. I have sort of a tangential but related point to this also. Go ahead.
Yes. So I was talking to a good friend about prize tables, and one of the things we fucking hate about prize tables is the useless garbage you get on a prize table. Like, they were at a steel challenge match and were given a fucking AK-47 magazine extension. Why? Why is that on the fucking table?
See, I wouldn't accept it.
Right.
Like, at my match, I would not accept that. At Area 3, if someone wants to get, hey, we got a bunch of AK. Oh, I mean, it might go to staff. Like, I'll just be like, hey, anybody own an AK? Here you go.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to put it on the prize table.
Right. And so, like, we got talking about, like, what are the prizes people actually want? Because, like, for some of the Omaha matches, apparently we have like 300 hats. And you want to know what hats I don't wear? Any of the fucking hats that I get at matches.
You know what? You know what hats I wear? hats I get at matches pretty much. They're almost all Vortex, honestly.
Right. So
I'm wearing a Vortex hat right now, I think.
So
It's a Minnesota Twins Veterans Day hat. Never mind.
So I don't think I'm giving away too much information when I say if you come to a Cornhusker match, you can get a hat if you want one. Just ask.
No, I got a Vortex hat there. We'll have Vortex hats at Area 3. I guarantee it.
Right. But
I like their hats though. They have good hats. They're always good looking hats.
They're decent hats. They don't. I got a big head, so most of them don't fit me.
My head's as big as yours. Don't give me that shit. What size fitted hat do you wear?
I have no fucking clue.
Oh,
big.
well, I'm a 7 3/4.
I'm at least that or bigger. So like I
don't think your head's bigger than mine.
I had to go get a special football helmet when I played football.
So did I.
Okay, so maybe we're close. But like,
I mean, at least in middle school, I did. Like in 7th grade, they had to grab one from the high school because none of the middle school helmets fitted me, or fit me. The funniest part was when I was a freshman at Black Hill State, and I go like the freshmen go last for equipment,
right?
And I had to check every fucking helmet that was left, and there was only one that fit me. And here's the best part: I already knew this from my high school helmet. I go to the one of the coaches that was there with all the equipment, and I said, so do you have any like really skinny old leather ear pads? He's like, why? I said, look at my head. Like, you can't put those big fluffy ear pads inside my helmet. Like, I can't get it on. It won't fit. And if you do get it in, it's going to put me in a sleeper hold and I'm going to pass out because it's going to cut off my jugular or carotid, whatever artery you squeeze to make people pass out. Like, I literally in high school, they did have some like modern pads that were just really thin, but in high school, I wore these super skinny leather ear pads that were like from the 60s. Like my dad might have used them for like a suspension helmet, you know, because my fucking head and neck were too big for all the helmets. Like, so I'm guessing my head's I don't know whose head is bigger, but
we'll have to check that. But so we got talking about like, what do I want on a prize table?
Football helmets.
Right, exactly. But like, I've been shooting this sport for a minute. I have all the equipment I need. I've got a press. I got a hundo.
You know what prize I got last year that I already have, but I was like, nope, I'm going to take this. Got it at Free State. Was a Boss holster hanger from Ben Sager Pro Shop.
Oh yeah, I could
great prize. Like, yep, great $50 prize. I'm going to take that. You bet your ass.
I'll put that on the list.
Yep.
So holster mag pouches, 100%. Throw those on there. Mags. You know what fucking guns we shoot
from the correct brands, models. Yes.
Give me CZ. Give me CZ mags.
Glock mags.
Glock mags. Give me 2011 mags. I'm good. But don't go anywhere else. Don't give me XD mags. Don't get me getting single stack mags. Fuck all y'all. Don't give me moon clips. Give me CZ mags. Give me 2011
How about AR
mags. Fuck it. I'll take some AR mags.
Yeah.
Like,
no, on a price. Everybody's got an AR. Why not?
Right. Exactly.
If I'm less and there's P mags, fuck, I'll take one.
Exactly. Ammo.
Mm-hmm. You gave me the idea last year. We handed out HSTs at Great Plains last year.
Yeah, because it's so simple. Because you get the little 25 round boxes.
I think they're 20, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine. 20, 25, whatever it is. Everyone carries 9mm.
Yep.
Everyone doesn't buy fucking HSTs every year, and they're like, oh shit. Okay, I'll shoot off the HSTs I have, and I'll load up these new ones. Cool. Like, it's a simple gift that you're like, oh yeah, fuck it. Like, this is cool. Like, no problem. It's super simple.
Useful.
Yeah.
Useful prizes.
Right. Buy a case of the motherfuckers and just hand them out. Like, they can be your stocking fillers. The high end, this is where it's going to be controversial. The high end thing that I want, dots.
Yes.
I don't want guns.
Yes.
I want dots.
Yes.
Because unless you're giving me Shadow 2s or 2011s or like guns I'm actually going to use, I don't really need your Springfield armories. I don't I got a CZ P10C. I gave it to my brother-in-law. I don't need it. I don't fucking care. Like, fuck, I have a carry gun. I didn't need it. But if you would have been like, hey, here's a Hollow Sun 507 comp. Fuck yeah, let's go. Or a Vortex or a SRO or an RMR or any of the reputable dots. I'd be like, let's fucking go. I'm having a good day today. Like, that's it. Don't fill your table with anything but that list.
Unless I will caveat, unless they're just giving it to you.
Right. If they're just throwing it at you, it's what you got to do.
Now, there's only so many like fucking cleaning rags and gun oil and piddly stuff. Like, I don't mean to shit on that. Like, because if Hoppy's is going to hand us the greatest product they sell, which is Gun Medic. Like,
yeah, give me 100 small cans.
I'm a big fan of Hoppy's Gun Medic. Like, I don't care about any of their other cleaning products, even though Hoppy's number 9 solvent is great. Gun Medic is the product they sell that is fucking fantastic. Don't care about anything else. That if I get another boar snake, Jesus Christ, moving rooms, God, it was just ridiculous the number of boar snakes. I think I have 8 9mm boar snakes.
Yeah. Yep. And you didn't even need the one.
And I do use the one. Actually, no, you're right. I don't need the one because I clean my barrel once every 2 years.
Yep.
I have a 45 boar snake. I finally just threw it in the garbage because I don't plan on purchasing a 45 anytime soon.
Yep.
And if I do buy a 1911, it's probably going to be a 9mm because I have that ammo. I don't have any 45.
Right.
I'd buy a 10mm 1911 before I bought a 45.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's just like, for the mass directors out there who are listening, people are like, oh, we love the price table. We love the price table.
No, fuck the price table.
Correct. Like, but also fuck cash rewards. That's a conversation for another day. But I know
you hate them. I am completely agnostic. I don't care.
I'll give a spoiler. We're gonna play a game before the Northwood shootout and see if I can guess everyone who's going to get a payout.
Oh, okay.
Before, because I will bet you money that I can name with about I'm going to say 75% accuracy who's going to be getting the cash in this thing.
I'm going to be. I'm bringing my podcast recorder up there. Here in a few weeks, I'll be talking to Tanfo Timmy up there, and I'll have your list, your prediction list.
We'll have, and he can give me the rebuttal so. Anyways, if you're going to have a prize table, make it a stop. So you get done with the stage, you go over to prize table, you do prize table, you leave. Make it a random draw. Make it so that draw a bingo ball, and you're like, I'm B27. Well, B27 is this. Here you go. Here's your box of HST or your PMAG or whatever. And then, ta-da, you're done. No one's fucking standing around jerking off at the end of the match trying to figure out.
No, I really hate that.
Yeah.
Okay. One other prize that's good, primers. Bricks of primers.
Yep. Like we said, useful thing.
I've been handing those out for the last 3-4 years. I'll buy a few cases of primers and we hand them out at the prize table. Because 2021, our first Great Plains, we had no prize table at the first one. The second one, primers were still small pistol primers were still pretty rare in 2022.
Yep.
And so I was able to buy a couple of cases of primers, and they were the hot ticket. Those, and of course the Hunter's HD Gold certificates, those are always popular too, even though they're technically and this comes from working in radio, is coupons are not prizes. They're discounts. If I still have to pay for it, it's not a prize.
Right.
However, and this is directed directly to Brian because I know he listens. He's a Patreon subscriber. The one coupon I am always happy to get is a Hunter's HD Gold.
Yeah.
Because the glasses are fucking great. And if I get a $200 certificate for a $400 pair of glasses, I'm going to grab it because I have 2 pairs so far, and I'm active blue curious. So,
Well, and like you said, the coupon thing is a great point that me and my friend, I won't name them, talked about, is that they may or may not work with a gun company that sells higher end guns, and they're like, hey, here's a $500 certificate, hand these out, and they're like, what the fuck do you want them to do with this?
yeah, for a
Like,
$3,000 gun.
Right. Let's say you're an Infinity sponsored shooter, and you're like, hey, I've got a $500 certificate to Infinity, and you're like,
Oh, I'll buy
Okay.
3 magazines. Cool.
right, yeah, and you're like, it's an $8,000 gun.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a $500 fucking coupon going to do
Nothing.
for me? Like, fuck off. Like, it's almost insulting at that point where you're like, so my friend has a tendency to be like, oh, you're interested in this? Here you go. Versus like randomly handing them out to someone who's like, I'm never going to purchase a $5,000 gun. I'm not going to use this.
Okay. Remember, like 20 minutes ago when this topic started, and I said I had a tangent to it that's
Yes.
related. I was talking to my good friend Robert Wyatt last weekend on the phone, and we got to talking about matches and putting them on and how it works. And he's the Utah section coordinator, so he's obviously very heavily involved with Utah State. And I wish I could go this year, but I cannot. We were talking about, I mentioned like at my club, I want to put on a level 2 someday and put it on for what it actually costs to put on the match. And what I mean by that is there will be no prize table. There will be plaques. I'm a fan of plaques.
Yep.
However, the match fee will be based on what it actually costs to put on the match.
Right.
And that will include like making sure my club gets like, well, hell, the dark match, my club made $1,100.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean,
Let's
$25
go.
a pop at 46 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like $1,100-$1,200. But, and usually our club matches are like 18 to 22 people at $15. So, but we have a good size. We're not a tiny club. We're like, we have a lot of members, and that's where most of our money comes from anyway. But, you know, that's going to pay for a whole bunch of targets or steel or something. But I think a good level 2 match can get put on for a match fee of somewhere in the neighborhood of like $60, maybe $70.
Yeah.
And we're still taking care of the staff the same way we always do. But we're not going to dick around with the prize table. We're not going to price it according to what other matches are priced at. We're just going to, and honestly, like running Area 3 this year, me and Bruce, like, I don't know what that's going to look like financially. Like, really? You know, what does it actually cost to put on an area match? Because we have like pretty much the same price that I can't remember what it is, like $220 or something like that. Is the Area 3 match fee, which is, it's not, I think it's tied for the least expensive one. Maybe it's $220. I think it's $225 is the Area 3 match fee.
Okay.
I priced it at that because that's what all the other area match or the cheapest area matches were priced at. I didn't really know what to charge. So I just stayed competitive with everybody else to make sure we had enough money to put on the match. Plus, it's at a new facility with a club that needs to buy lots of shit. So, like the Great Plains match at my club is basically a capital improvement project. You know, that's what it,
Right.
like, Matt Hartman, I don't know if you've met him before. He's a guy at my club. He's a professional welder, and he's in the middle of building a shitload of wall stands.
Yep.
And
Your wall stands suck.
what?
I don't like your wall stands.
Because you can't put 3 walls in one spot?
Well, yeah, and someone tightened the wall that I was trying to pull out, and so it was causing me annoyance at 12:30 at night.
Oh, I like our wall stands. I wish we could put 3 in one spot, but anyway, we don't have to deal with steel tubing on wooden walls, and that's why I don't like your stands. But anyway, well, like we're using it to buy stuff to put on more matches. Like that's what the money's going for. But does Great Plains need to cost $130? If we don't have a prize table, it doesn't.
Right.
Because there was like the first year our first year we priced it lower than every other level too. Because I'm like, hey, we're new at this, we might suck. So it was only like $100. Right. When Cornhusker was like $120 or whatever. And so we priced it at that, and it was the first year we had like in the vicinity of 100 shooters the first year. It went great. Great word of mouth. Everybody's like, hey, this was great. Next year, boom, full match. Great. We charged a little bit more. I think we charged like $115 or $120, whatever it was. And when we got done, because I wasn't keeping track of the budget the whole time, I'm like, oh God, I'm afraid of, like, I'm used to being a tight ass about everything. And then we ended up, like, the club made $5,000 off the match. And I was like, oh, we should have had a prize table that was bigger. We should have put more of that money back into, prize table, like give it back to the shooters in some way. The club needed some money too, like a couple grand, but like the other three should have gone to the prize table. So then the next year and every year since, I pretty much spent a pretty good chunk of change on the prize table. But I don't give a fuck about prize tables. And I think most people don't, as long as they don't pay a premium for it.
Correct. Yeah, like we've talked about before, the classic 3-gunner mentality where like the best shooter walks up and grabs like a $9,000 Night Force is like, who's buying this from me?
Yeah.
You're like, get absolutely fucked. What? Like, take $9,000 off the match fee.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. That's why I refuse to buy like big ticket items for the prize table. And your idea of getting boxes of HSTs was brilliant. Like, it's a cool prize people will use. Like, hell, even if it was like boxes of Blazer brass,
right?
Like
Streamlight TLR ones.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Right, like that.
Oh,
I just found one sitting next to me on my table. I'm like, fuck yeah. If you were like, hey, here's a new TLR1 HL, I'd be like, yeah, let's fucking go.
Yeah. Great pistol light. Throw it on there. We should get a hold of, buy some light bearing holsters so we can have more people at the dark match. Hey, now we're talking.
Hey.
Yeah, we'll get that dark match built up. But no, I think matches cost more generally than they need to.
Yep.
I just do. I mean, it's the going rate right now, and if I break the system for other people,
fuck it.
I mean, it's not going to happen until 2026 anyway, but whatever level 2 we have at our club next year, whatever it is, like, I kind of want to drop the price of it and just see what happens for shits and giggles.
Yeah, well,
anyway.
and that's capitalism. If your match fills up completely at 125, well, it should have been 135.
Well, that's true. I mean, but if it doesn't need to cost that, and like, I'm not personally profiting from this ever.
Right, and that's one of the, we've talked about before, one of the grand conundrums of USPSA. It's like, oh, I want my match to be super successful, and you're like, why? It's just more work for you. There's literally no profit incentive, but like, yeah, but capitalism says if I have 100 slots and 100 slots sell out at 125, well, then it should have been 135. It should have been 150. It should have been a higher number. And it's not about what it costs to put on. It's about the demand for the product. Because it could cost you $50 to put it on, but like people are like, I'll pay you $300 for this. And you're like, okay, cool, fuck it. So that's just the capitalist inside me.
Yeah. Okay. This was posted in our Reddit about how Andy, come get your girl.
Get your fucking girl, bud.
Well, she used to be my commander-in-chief. I am a state employee, so she's not anymore, so now I can talk shit about her. Kristi Noem, who was formerly the governor of South Dakota and is now the Homeland Security Secretary, posed for photos. First, she was posing with a bunch of people they were arresting while wearing a fucking Rolex. Like, Jesus Christ.
Right. As they're like sent to not make it super political, but like sending them to like a torture fucking place in El Salvador. She's like, here's my fucking $40,000 watch.
Here's the weird thing about her, though, is like her face isn't real anymore.
No, she also found plastic surgery, and unfortunately, she found way too much of it.
She likes the lip and she likes injections a lot.
Yeah, because she was not an unattractive person to begin with.
No, her cheeks are weird now. Like she kind of looks like a cat.
Yeah, she is getting that kind of puffy, I've taken too much Botox look going.
But if you look at like her governor photo in her first term, like she's an attractive woman.
Right.
But she's not all plumped up lips and, cheek implants and all this other bullshit. She was still eating food, apparently. Yeah. So anyway, the reason we're talking about the former governor of South Dakota and my former employer, I guess, is because she posed for photos while holding an AR-15
of some sort, yeah.
Like basically an M4. It looks like it's short barreled. It's probably an M4. But the muzzle is, she's wearing a police ice fucking plate carrier, and it's not even fastened. It looks like she's wearing a poncho.
Yeah,
it looks fucking ridiculous
because her right
the collar
arm
is up at her throat. It's
right,
just
her right arm is not outside of the plate carrier. It is through the like middle of it.
Yeah,
and she's like, okay, so for those who haven't seen the picture, she's holding this AR in front of her.
I think everybody's seen it, but go ahead.
So she's holding the pistol grip, and so she's no finger on the trigger. Good for her.
Yeah.
And then she's like, kind of holding up like behind what looks like a grip pod or some weird fucking.
I don't know what. There's a lot of shit on this rifle. Plus, it's got a 40-round PMag in it.
Right. It's got a 40-round PMag. It's got like a magnifier. And then the optic is on the barrel for some reason. And then it's got like 2 lights, like a day and a night light or something. I don't know. But the biggest problem is the picture may not give the right perspective, but it looks like she is pointing this directly at the head of the person standing next to her. Like, and if you could pick the 2 worst people to stand next to in an ice fucking vest, the 2 bald white dudes with like arm tattoos, not the best look, but
and
also
giant biceps and
right, and don't point rifles to their fucking head.
No, she shoots. I mean, there's
right. She shot that dog. Like,
well, she shot the dog. Pro. Yes, of course. But no, I mean, there's video of her. She's a shotgunner. She's not a fucking rifle pistol person at all.
Right. And
like she's like most people in my state. Like most people in my state have shotguns. They're okay with shotguns. Shotgun people are generally the scariest fuckers when it comes to firearm safety.
Right. Because they just throw it over their shoulder and they're like,
or they just point it at their toe and rest it there. Whatever. I mean, she can shoot a shotgun. She can knock a pheasant out of the air. But, whatever, this AR rifle with a gigantic 4-in grip and a 40-round PMag in it. It was just sort of ridiculous. And
one of Nouns and Verbs called her Homeland Security Barbie.
Yeah.
And it's what it looked like. The unfortunate thing about the modern world is that like everything's a photo op.
Oh God. Especially with her.
Right. Like, well, I most administrations, but this one more heavily than most, like everything feels like it's a weird photo op. And like this one just feels so forced because like I said, her arm is not through the armhole on the plate carrier.
No.
I think it might be the dude next to her's plate carrier.
Yeah.
I'm
wearing. Sure it is.
And
it's
just
like, ridiculous.
Yeah. And it's like, come on now. Like even the people on your side are like, fucking figure it out. You're like, oh, you fucked up.
Yeah. What the hell? I had it all ready to go. Let's see.
Man.
Did I just not copy the? Yeah. No. This is what I needed. No.
Okay. Are we doing the one video or are we saving that?
No, we're out of time because we've got a hella long show. But it's time to visit the Church of Andrew Keith. Armed Threat Solutions on Instagram.
If one fundamental must standeth out as most important, then sight it shall be.
Wait, was this the one I did in the Patreon episode?
I think so.
Okay, fuck. I meant to do the other one. Damn it. It was the next one over. Was what I meant to do.
Do the next one over.
There
We're doing
it
it
is.
live, bitch.
We're doing it.
We're doing it live. And I looked,
Wait, the music ran out.
and behold a shot timer. And his name that sat on him was Skill, and accuracy at speed followed with him. Gunvelations, chapter 3, verse 16.
Andrew, that one needed a comma. I almost screwed it up, but otherwise, I like that one a lot. The shot timer. Who needs a shot timer? I mean, really? Okay. Well, just remember, everybody, I beat Jeff at the dark match.
Hey, fuck off.
Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody knows that. He's at M class, I'm A class. I beat him at the dark match, shooting a Glock 34. Although,
Scrub.
here's one of the funniest things about the match. You know how, maybe you don't, Steve Anderson talks about how don't put negative imprints on your brain because then they can come true. You know, don't say things like, oh, yeah, the thought of my finger not quite turning on my light in the dark match is a thing I should never think about while shooting the dark match. But I was talking to Heidi about how, like, because at the last dark match, she had some janky-ass Amazon light and it didn't work worth a shit. But then she got a TLR1 and she was just struggling to turn it on her draw. And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of lucky because I'm left-handed. I just flick my finger up and it works really good. I've never really had a problem with it not turning on. Guess what I had trouble with every stage after that conversation with Heidi?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, my first 2 stages, lights on before the gun's even on target. The last 3 stages, my light is not on, and the gun is somewhere looking for the target. So, anyway, thank you so much for listening, everybody. This is a hella long episode, but we had a good time. We hope you did too. He is Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show.